My name is Arun, and for my IAB project, I'll be discussing about the tariff war that is being brewing between US and India during Trump's new 2.0 regime. America first is back, and so are the tariffs that are shaking up global trade. In March 2025, the Trump administration reintroduced a set of steep tariffs targeting India, reigniting a long-standing trade feud with new consequences. Tariffs, especially taxes on imported goods, now hit key sectors like automobiles, steel, and technology industries that are the backbone of India's growing economy. Today, we'll be exploring how these measures are impacting India, examine the country's countermeasures, and discuss what these moves mean for global trade in the coming years. One of the most dramatic actions was imposing a 25% tariff on imported cars and auto parts. For instance, companies like Tata Motors, which has been doing really well in the stock market, saw their stock prices drop by 5% overnight. This isn't just a number. These tariff increases production cost, reduce competitiveness, and directly affects India's export-driven industries. Additionally, the revocation of the generalized system of preferences that has left Indian goods, ranging from textiles and pharmaceuticals to jewelry, at a disadvantage in the US market. To complicate matters further, the Trump administration introduced a reciprocal tariff policy, compelling India to reconsider its own tariffs on American products such as almonds, whiskey, and various tech items. The cumulative effects have been a surge in the market uncertainty and the onset of what many are calling a new trade war. In response to these aggressive measures, India has moved quickly to mitigate the impact. Trade Minister Piyush Goyal has stressed the need for a balanced approach, emphasizing that dialogue remains critical. One of the immediate steps was the announcement of significant tariff cuts on US goods, reducing rates on import valued at nearly $23 billion to lessen the blow of retaliatory tariffs. Moreover, in a surprising yet strategic move, India scraped the 6% digital tax, often referred to as the Google tax, in an effort to appease US tech giants and signal a willingness to negotiate further. At the same time, India is actively diversifying its trade portfolio, forging stronger relationships with markets in Europe, ASEAN, and the Middle East. These steps not only aim to protect domestic interests but also serve as a signal that India is determined to maintain its economic resilience. Despite these proactive measures, significant challenges remain. Geopolitical tensions continue to complicate matters as lingering US skepticism over India's alliance with countries like Russia and China cast a shadow over trade negotiations. Trump's signature hand bargain tactics, favoring bilateral deals over multilateral frameworks, further complicate the path to a resolution. At home, there is also resistance from domestic industries. Many Indian businesses fear that lowering tariffs on US imports could undermine local production and cost jobs. Beyond the bilateral dispute, these developments raise broader questions about the future of global trade rules and the role of institutions like WTO in resolving such conflicts. Looking ahead, the ramification of this tariff could reshape trade dynamics for years to come. Economists warn that prolonged trade tensions may accelerate a global shift towards protectionism, prompting nations to rethink their supply chains and alliances. For India, this period could be a turning point, serving as both a challenge and an opportunity to bolster its domestic industries and explore new international markets. At the same time, US policymakers might face increasing pressure from American consumers and industries who see rising prices and disrupted supply chains. The long term success of these tariffs will depend on whether they ultimately lead to a fairer trade practices or simply create a more fragmented global economy. As negotiations continue, the world watches closely to see if this new phase of trade conflict will drive lasting reforms or if it will set stage further for economic decoupling. In summary, Trump's 2025 tariffs have once again escalated tensions between the US and India, forcing both nations to rethink their trade policies and alliances. From steep auto tariffs to strategic moves like tariff cuts and scraping of the digital tax, each decision plays a critical role in this complex economic chess game. The key question remains: will these measures lead to a prolonged trade war, or could they ultimately catalyze a meaningful realignment of global trade relations? I invite you to share your thoughts on the comment section down below. Thank you.